by talking about the new coaching staff. We welcomed Derek Dames. He is our new head coach and the president of hockey operations. We're excited to have him be a part of this organization. Following along with him, we would like to welcome Kevin Schmidt. He is the associate head coach and the director of player development. And we'd also like to welcome our head equipment manager, Evan Watts, to the team. We can't wait to start this season here with you guys. We also would like to just kind of shout out that we are still looking for some billet families. So if you are interested in hosting some of these wonderful Buccaneers players in your house for the season and opening your home to them, you can check out our website and our social media for more information. And we just want to shout out Ben Keevan. He got picked for the NHL Combine. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck, Ben, and we hope to, see you succeed there. So other than that, we have main camp coming up this week. So I'll let you take it away, Tony.
Welcome to Des Moines Buccaneer YouTube. Sorry for the delay here. I had some technical difficulties there trying to get the show up and going. It was going to a different YouTube page that I currently help sponsor to. It was going to the Lake Rathbun live cam. So anyway, we're going to get started with our interview with our tender player here, Ryland Rooney, and we're excited to have a player and a person like Ryan here to join us today on behalf of the Buccaneers. I'd like to officially welcome Ryan to defend the ship on the interview. So welcome, Ryan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ryland, sorry, I called you Ryan. Ryland, sorry about that. So anyway, let's just talk about how you're playing hockey this year. I see you're a right-handed forward from Delwood, Minnesota. You spent the last season, if I'm correct here, with Long Island Goals. Is that correct, U15 team?
Yeah, Long Island and then Gentry. I did a split season with Long Island, so I finished up with them though.
So how's that work with a split season? Did that season end, or did you go to another team during halfway through the season, or?
Yeah, so I started out in Long Island. I probably went out there like end of August, and then I came back, I want to say in late October, and played for Gentry throughout the high school season, and then went back out to Long Island for states and nationals.
Yeah, it looks like you had an impressive season with the Gentry there. 33 goals, 36 assists in 26 games. So you got to do some celebrations there on a lot of goals, it looks like.
Yeah, I did. It was fun.
So
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Do you have a celebration? Do you do the same celebration after every goal, or?
No, I would like to say I mix it up a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of just like in the moment type of thing.
Fair.
So we'll just kick things off here. Well, the first question I got, tomorrow's Stanley Cup starts tomorrow. You're from Minnesota, you're probably going for the Wild, but they're not in it. You got the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers. I have the Panthers going to the finals, but I had my Colorado Avalanche winning it, but they got knocked out by Dallas. But do you have a favorite, or will you watch it, or?
Yeah, I've been watching a little bit. Obviously, yeah, I'm a Wild fan a little bit, but now that the Oilers and Panthers are in it, I think the Oilers are gonna take it home this year.
That's who I'm hoping for. Let McDavid get a cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So Taylor, you're talking about what's going on with the Buccaneers. I'd like to say a special shout out to Jeff Blashill. Played here in Des Moines, was a goalie here for a long time. A lot of people, old time Buccaneer fans, know Jeff Blashill, and he's going to be the new coach for the Chicago Blackhawks. So cool to see Jeff out there and back in the NHL.
My hometown team, so hopefully we'll go up from there because the Blackhawks have not been doing very hot recently.
Yeah, Jeff coached in the USHL. There was a team, Indianapolis Ice, at one time. He coached in that, and that team dissolved and went on to, I don't know where he went on to, but he ended up at Detroit Red Wings being the head coach there, and then went down to Tampa Bay, assistant coach down there, now the head coach for Chicago Blackhawks. So be exciting to see how the Blackhawks do this year.
That'd be really fun. Well, good shout out there.
So, Ryland, tell us how you started hockey. How old were you when you started hockey, and how did your a family member play, or how did you end up playing hockey?
Yeah, so I want to say I started around like 3, 4 years old, so pretty young. And then my dad played hockey, played D1 at Mankato, so Minnesota State, and then played in the AHL and minors for a while. And then my brother, he got my brother onto hockey, which he's 3 years older than me. And then, yeah, I guess I just kind of got into it and just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I have a little grandson who's going to turn 2 on Thursday, and all he can talk about is hockey. So it's fun. You anytime I wear a Buccaneer anything logo to the house over there, he's able to say Buccaneer, Buccaneer, and he's had a few 5-minute majors at home because he sometimes he gets that stick up high and hits his older sister in the face. So his dad always tells him he's getting a 5-minute major timeout. So
I feel like that normal age is that 3 to 5, age range. Just start getting people on skates. I know my brother started getting on skates when he was 3, so it's not, very common, or it's not uncommon to not see that age come around when you start getting put on skates. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Ryland, did you play any other high school sports, or did you just play hockey all the time? Or?
Yeah, I played golf on the side a little bit, but I never really brought it into high school sports. So yeah, just a hockey guy.
How's your golf game?
It's all right. It could use some work.
Maybe our president Eric's a big golfer. Maybe he can take
Yes.
you out. Maybe he can take you out and give you some golf lessons, or maybe he can teach you some golf lessons.
Yeah, he might have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
golfing is a very popular thing in the front office, and I know a lot of the boys from last year liked to golf, so you'll fit right in.
So Ryland, please tell us about your family. You're from Delwood, Minnesota. The only thing I could come up with Delwood, Minnesota, it's next to White Bear Lake, and I told you before we got started, I do believe we had a goalie, Landon Luther. I think he played for. I know he played for the Buccaneers. I thought he was from White Bear Lake, but that's been a long, long time ago. So I just Googled it, and what came up was a pine tree apple orchard established 300-acre in Delwood and grows apples, strawberries, and pumpkins. I don't know if you know about that, but that's the only fact I could come up with Delwood, Minnesota, besides the big lake you're next to.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty small town, not a lot of people, like more spacious and pretty quiet town. But yeah, there is an apple orchard. I do know about it. It's about 2 or 3 miles away from me, which it's a nice apple orchard for sure.
Yeah. So tell us about your family a little bit. You just talked about brother. Are you just got one brother? You got any other brothers and sisters? Your mom?
I have 2 brothers, older one and a younger one. My younger one's 2012, my older one's a 2006, and then obviously I'm a 2009, so a 3-year gap in between everyone. So yeah, my younger brother plays baseball and hockey. My brother graduated 2 years ago and he plays just hockey. So, and then my mom works at home. She is like a labeling manager, and then my dad sells medical devices. And then I told you a little bit how he's played at Mankato and played in the minors a little bit.
So with 3 boys playing hockey, I know if we went downstairs to our family room downstairs, if you turned around our closet doors down there, we had to turn them around the other direction because after the boys left home here, there was puck holes there, and it's a special made door, and we couldn't find door replacement, so we just turned them around. So is there a place in your house that has some battle wars from 3 boys playing hockey in the house? I can't imagine.
Yeah, we have a little bonus room that like Niaki's played in. There's a couple holes in the walls for sure, and then just the shooting tarp downstairs where the right corner got a little torn up, and now the pucks just kind of go through it into the wall. So might have to patch that up here soon.
Yeah.
We got that at our house back at home from my brother. We got a lot of holes in the wall from hockey pucks too, so it's pretty common.
Yeah.
Well, just going to go through some questions here, and then we'll just kind of go random here. So with hockey being such a demanding sport and physical, mentally, how do you prepare yourself for a challenge on the ice and off the ice, and maybe this weekend for tryouts?
Yeah, obviously just like going into it, like obviously there's going to be some pressure going into everything, but you gotta mentally prepare for everything and all aspects of it. So like physically coming in, like get your right sleep, get like eating well, working out, staying in shape before, and like mentally just going into it like what am I gonna get better at? What am I do this, do that, stuff like that. And then off the ice, just taking care of your body, like mentally just visualizing stuff, like what do you want to do to get better at? And then like on the ice mentally, like visually and like maybe like before a game, just like what am I going to do to impact the game, whether it's like a big hit, a goal, an assist, just what are you going to do to like impact the game on yourself?
So tryouts coming up here this weekend at the Bucks Arena. You've tried out with other teams. Is there something you do special for tryouts? Are you trying to stay in shape? I know it's tough to stay in shape when you're not on the ice. You can run and do the bicycle and whatever, but it's not hockey shape.
Yeah, no, me and my brother and my dad and then my little brother started coming along. We work out a lot. I go to this place up north too to work out, just stay fit, stay in shape, everything like that. And then I don't do anything like certainly special for trials, just like stay dialed in, locked in, just like do my pregame stretch before everything just to make sure I'm at my best for everything.
So that's very smart, and hopefully you're ready to go. I know this weekend's going to be. I don't know how many games you're going to play. I haven't. Taylor probably knows the schedule better than I do, but
There's a lot of games. There's at least 4 or 5 games, I think, on Saturday and Sunday. So you'll probably play at least 2 or 3, maybe a day. I don't really know. I have to double check the schedule. I was just looking at it before we did this, but I can't remember.
so and the schedule's out there. It's probably on the Buccaneers
Yeah.
webpage and on their social media page.
Yep.
I know what's been sent to me with our off ice officials too. Um, so what do you do to get your mind away from hockey? Do you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I like to do a lot of things. Obviously, we've talked about golfing a little
Yeah.
bit. I like to golf, stay at the golf course for a little bit, play with friends, and then just like lake days, like surf, jet ski, go grab some food, like stuff like that, which is pretty big in Minnesota, like the cabins and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you use White Bear Lake a lot. I'm a big boater. I got a boat down in Lake Rathbun, which is south of here, and every chance we get. I'm not going to be out camp this weekend because I'm going to lake. I was asked to help out the camp, and I said, I'll be divorced if I go to hockey in the summertime and don't go down and use our stuff at the lake. So my
You're
wife's.
gonna miss out, Tony.
I
It's
know I
supposed to
am, but I'm
be
sure
fun.
I'll see videos out there on social media and I'll be updated. But my wife's generous to let me go on the road and do this
Okay.
for the Buccaneers. So I have to go down to lake time. So, but
There you go.
it'll be fun. I'm glad you guys use White Bear Lake up there too. So,
Yeah, it's awesome.
so back on next question here. Is there a particular game or moment in your career so far that stands out for you? Have you had a overtime goal or something just crazy that stands out in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple. I mean, there was this is a more recent one at Nationals. We're playing Boston Junior Eagles with Long Island Gulls, and we were down 6-3 with 3 minutes left, and
Wow.
won in overtime, which was pretty crazy. So, and then an older one would be my PWA memory. Like I played for White Bear Lake at the time, and it was overtime to go to state, and I scored the goal to go to state. Which for the younger ages, you don't get to go to the X, which like everyone kind of dreams of in Minnesota, but it was still a great experience.
That's awesome.
So you talk about going to X. Did you played at the X already? Did you play?
I did not know. My team never made to the
Okay.
team never made to the state tournament.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh no. We interviewed Reese Shaw, Buccaneer player, and he did go to the X, but it was during COVID, so there was no fans there.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
didn't get to experience the.
Which, like, what is worse? Like, you don't have fans or you don't get to play. At the end of the day, like, I guess it is nice that you get to go, but like, it's not the same without fans.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. It's not the same without fans. Yeah.
No.
So, what about your challenges? Have you faced any obstacles in your hockey journey? Have you had any big injuries or big challenges you've had out there that you've had to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, an injury was last year at like the USA national camp. I broke my wrist on the last game, which was it was good. It was the last game, but still sucks. Crappy feeling, but. And then I would say my year after that PWA year, after the state year, I tried out for like there's Bantam AA and then there's Bantam A, and then it just keeps going down from there. And I didn't make the best team. I made Bantam A, and then I made my decision to go to Gentry, which obviously I'm really glad that I went to Gentry, and it was actually a bad feeling that I didn't make the best team, but really glad I could overcome that and just make a good opportunity out of it.
Yeah.
You talk about playing high school hockey up there. Down here, it's more club hockey down here. It's high school teams, high school players, but it's clubs. So you could live in one of the small towns here, and if you try out for the team, make the team, you play for either one of the teams. Up there, you guys don't have that opportunity. You got to play. Is that right? You play for the school that
Yeah, so you'll play for the school that you went to high school for.
Yep.
So I did schooling with Gentry, so then I'd play high school for Gentry.
Yeah, so you don't have opportunity. What I don't know the towns up there.
Yeah, no, there's not much there's like no tier 1 programs in Minnesota that you can do all year round.
Right. So looking ahead, what's your goals in future, both on the ice and off the ice? I'm sure one of your goals here to be playing for the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
Next season.
obviously on ice, play for the Buccaneers, like have a good season, get that Division I commitment, and then just keep striving after that. And then off the ice, just becoming a better person, getting stronger, like working out, just stuff along those lines.
So a younger player here that's not got a chance here yet to do what you have done, but maybe advice you'd give a younger player, let's just say, and my 2-year-old grandson coming up here, maybe not quite that young, but what would you give advice to younger players out there to achieve their goals for hockey like you have done and get opportunity to play in the USHL and for the Des Moines Buccaneers?
Yeah, I would just say, like, whatever happens, just keep your like head down. Like, everyone has their different paths to get to their limit, which is nice, but also can be bad sometimes. Like, some people may face more adversity than you do, which is okay, but you just got to keep believing in yourself and just keep going. And also just like to find like love for other things too. Like, it's good to have hockey, but like, what else do you like to do to like keep your hockey life going?
Yep, that makes total sense. Yep.
That's awesome, because you don't want to get sick of hockey. So if you can come up, like what you said, other hobbies and things to do, we talked about with Reese about that too, just trying to get your head away from hockey because you have good and bad days and you don't want to dwell on all the bad. So getting your mind off of things here and there, that's good things to do sometimes, is to step away for a couple hours,
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so getting towards the end of this interview, and we got to talk about summer. It's summertime, so we got to throw some summer questions in here. We got a good hot dog question coming up here too. So, what's your favorite summertime food? For example, you're going to cook out. What would your meal be if you could create your own summertime meal?
I'd probably just say like a cheeseburger with like some watermelon on the side or something along those lines by the pool.
Okay, the next one. This is a loaded question here because I asked the Buccaneer staff here and they threw one out at me that I've never heard of this. But what do you put on your hot dog? I'm going to say ketchup and mustard. We'll see. If
Yeah. I'm pretty simple, guys. Put ketchup and mustard. Nothing too crazy.
All right. So some of the Buccaneer staff say put mayonnaise on your hot dog. I've never ever heard of mayonnaise on the hot dog.
No, me either.
Not me, but I'll shout out Brina and Bailey if you guys are watching this. I'm gonna at them right now. We have very deep conversations about this. They love mayonnaise, and when I heard that they put it on their hot dog, I was like, ooh.
I will try it this year. I will put mayonnaise on it just to try it to see what I'm missing or never do it again. But I'm with you.
Ryland keeps it simple because that's the mustard and the ketchup.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next fun question here. Got all the money in the world. Money's no option. I don't know if you're a car guy or not. What car would you go out and buy?
I don't know too much about cars, but I think a Ferrari would never be a bad option.
Yeah. Well, might not do so well up there in Minnesota trying to drive that in the wintertime, but during the summertime, it'd be a blast to drive around up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's see. So coming up here, I just want to tell you thank you for jumping on here today, and sorry for the delay out there for people watching. Like I say, it was trying to jump on. I run the lake lake camera down at the Lake Rathman down there too. My computer was trying to. I probably stream if I go on that YouTube channel. I probably stream some of this on there beforehand. But thanks for sharing your time on here, Ryland, and best of luck for you this weekend. And hopefully I'll get to meet you here once the season gets started down here in Des Moines, and we'll get to know each other and have a good season.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
So-
thanks for coming. We'll see you Friday, Ryland.
Yep, see you then.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and appreciate everybody watching today. And let's go Bucks.
Yep.
Thank you.